Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Lost Coast podcast. Today's guest is Andrew Vargas. Welcome to the show today, Andrew.
Hey Corey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Why don't you tell the listeners here a little bit about yourself and what you do and kind of how you got to where you're at today?
Sure thing. I won't go as far back as, telling the stories about how I used to buy and sell things on Craigslist to buy new video games when I was a kid. But really in I always knew I had this business mindset, and in college I took that route. I went and got a business degree. But my focus was just general management, and I'm really appreciative of that because it kind of let me touch every base of how a business works. So I got to see what happens in accounting. I got to see what happens in marketing. Um, I got to see, I got to take some entrepreneurial classes, and it was a great oversight of like what makes a business run, like a well-oiled machine. And it was really there that I found my kind of love for marketing. And I was using a camera and working with some clients while I was in college. And I realized that, we could create all this awesome content, but if they're not out here marketing themselves, and marketing themselves properly, it kind of just goes to waste almost. So I just found a love for that, and I always call marketing a beautiful dance between creativity and analytics, and I love both of those things, man. I'm a real numbers guy. So it started in college. I got through there, and then I did the corporate life a little bit, and that was a lot of fun. I had a great time, learning and building relationships in the cubicle setting, but I just knew it wasn't for me. And so just about a year ago, I left and started my own business, and we do just digital marketing, and that's all a lot of fun, websites, emails, text messages, all that good stuff. But as the time has gone on, AI is kind of popped out of nowhere, and it's really available to everybody. So we've been taking advantage of that too. So that's kind of where we're at now.
Nice. So you're in this marketing area and you're using some of the AI tools. You got the websites, all these other things. Give us kind of an example of, you know, s- uh, of a business that you're helping that in multiple areas, so the listeners here can get an idea of what you can do for them.
For sure. So actually one of my very first clients, he's an auto detailer. And, I'm a very empathetic guy, so I want to help the little guys, right? I want to help them win the most. And he started his business about a year or two ago, pretty much brand new. He can detail a car like nobody else. Those things come back shiny and amazing. But one thing I learned is these business owners aren't really business um trained, or like they're not really trained on how to run a business properly. So he came to me as a referral, and he was working with a business coach. I'll do the air quotes, business coach, right? And he was charging him a monthly fee for really nothing. Like the coach wasn't providing any help on his side. He had like a lot of guides and would answer text messages every now and then. But I really came in and was like, hey, pay me instead of paying him. We'll get you a website. I'll help you with some of your business processes. We'll get you online. I'll help you with the social media stuff. And I think he's been a client of mine for maybe 4 or 5 months, and he's had to hire a new person and teach a new person how to do all the auto detailing and stuff. And he's been doing really well. And that really made me feel good because just knowing I kind of saved him from wasting money and wasting time with that other person, it made me feel real good. And the fact that, he has more time to even say no to clients like he doesn't want to work with. Like he's doing so well in his business that he has the opportunity to kind of decide if he wants to take a job or not, or if he wants to go spend time like with his family or his new little baby that I had the pleasure of meeting that was really cute. So really, I love working with the small businesses and helping them out as much as I can, even though my title is, digital marketer. But I'm really all about the little people, man. I want to see everybody win and get to the point where they can kind of be like, yeah, this is going well and I'm having a great time. So that's really the goal.
Yeah, that's great. I commend you for that. It's always nice to help them little guys, they become big guys, and hopefully those big guys help the new little guy come up, That's kind of the trend that you hope everybody keeps wanting to teach and lead the next generations, to come. That way, if we don't teach anybody below us, we just someday the jobs ain't gonna get done. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think that's happening, but that's for another discussion, another podcast sometime. But
Yeah.
anyways, I totally agree with you on wanting to help the little guys. That's kind of my goal in my financial industry. It's what I like to do too, kind of just show some people how they can generate some more income, how they could properly save some more income. I mean, I get it. It's nice that you're doing that kind of thing and helping other people out. Now, so this, we always go online and we always see people, and everybody on there is posting, you need a website, come talk to me. We're the best. We're the best. How are you separating yourself and differentiating yourself from those others? Because everybody's out there. Same in my industry. Every time you get on social media, there's somebody telling you what you're supposed to do with your money. And I got to differentiate myself from them. How are you doing in your line?
It's interesting because I had that realization after I started all of this. And I came in, as many people do, trying to, provide solutions for everybody. And I quickly realized, that's tough to do, right? Especially when everybody else is doing the same thing. So I realized that pretty quick. Um, with the rise of I think that's kind of how I'm separating myself and my products. Um, Instead of, giving the whole umbrella of digital marketing that most agencies provide, I really niche down. I decided, okay, we have the new people, the new businesses. I'd love to help you. Let's get you website, CRM, Google business profile, right? You don't need AI yet, but when you're ready, we'll be here for you, right? Um, so there's the people that are just starting out, the more established businesses who, have their CRM and everything on the back end kind of handled. For those people, we offer Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Google Ads. So I like helping those people out because it's like if you need more clients and you have a budget to advertise, let's go this route. Because I think, if we're able to target your market in the right spot, that'll be really beneficial to you. So it's kind of the newer business owners, the more established business owners with marketing budgets. And then lastly, we got the big boys who I'm really trying to help out with all these AI solutions.
Yeah.
Um, and it's mostly external chatbots to communicate with, inbound leads. When I talk about AI right now, but those are for like the more established. It's like we're running Facebook ads already. We don't need that. But we're too busy with how well our Facebook ads are doing. We don't have enough people to answer the phone, to reply to messages and all that. That's when the AI solution comes about. And I enjoy that because it really started over here with all the small businesses. And I realized I can't give them everything from the get-go because they don't need everything, right? So we set them up with kind of the engine to win over here at the beginning. And in the middle, when they're ready, hey, let's run some ads, let's bring in those clients in. And then at the end of not the end of their business, but once they're at this level and they're ready, let's get AI in there. Let's make running your business easier and better. And oh, there's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Let's make it, let's make running it easier, better, faster, and more simple, and just drive additional conversions that way. So I really have something for wherever your business is in its kind of life cycle. Then the new starter pack, the let's get some more clients pack, and then the AI pack.
Okay, okay, okay. So how how are you finding your customers? I mean, you're helping these other ones find customers. So how are you reaching out and finding your customers in your niche market?
It's funny. I mean, up until recently, I wasn't doing much. It's been mostly referrals, if I'm being honest with myself. But I've been making the joke. It's like I'm doing marketing for everybody else except me, and
Yep,
that's it's been the funny thing I've been telling people. Um, but been working on the marketing campaign and finishing up the final little edits of my website currently. And once those go out, I'll give everybody the sauce, right?
yeah.
Um,
I,
I'm
I
running.
I know exactly what you're saying because I was in general contractors business, right? And whose house ain't fixed? Who's got the door that squeaky hinges?
Yeah,
That was my house, but I'm out fixing everybody else's, but I ain't getting my own done. Like a mechanic, his car
exactly.
never starts either. So yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
So me and you both know we got squeaky doors, and the thing
Yeah,
is, we know exactly what we need to do to fix the door. It's just about putting in that action and putting in the effort. So my marketing campaign that's going to happen soon, and ideally include some of this content, which is going to be amazing. Um, Cold outreach through email. Social media, of course, I have to be relevant. And I think since I'm mostly speaking with business owners, that's kind of my target demographic. So LinkedIn is going to be real big for me. And I don't know how new it is, but there's a platform that's new to me called Alignable, and where we actually met. So
yep,
Alignable has been really, really good as well. So a lot of organic stuff, but I'm also going the paid route with Facebook ads. And I know that the clicks and the value of those clicks might not be the best, but especially in my niche, I think if I can get the cheaper click and just get way more clicks rather than going to something like Google Ads, I think I think my dollar would be way more valuable on Facebook. Um, so a combination of all that, I have a few people I'm going to reach out to as well, that I've just talked to during this whole journey. Um, and honestly, all last week I was doing cold calls. And those are a lot of fun. I don't know if you've ever had to do cold calls doing during your journey, but those are a lot of fun. But there's a lot of room for growth within those cold calls, and you get to learn and you get to test, and it's like not you don't see it instantly, but you pick up the phone, okay, what worked, what didn't work, I go in and change my pitch, boom, make the next call. What worked, what didn't work, and that's the fun process. And of course, I try to make the person on the other side of the phone laugh, just to be a funny guy. And that's a lot of fun too. But you get a lot of people that really quickly, oh no, thank you, whoop.
yeah.
But it's just part of the game. It's just part of the game. But have you ever done cold calls in your journey?
I'm scared to death of cold calls. No,
Me too, man.
I've never done cold calls. I've used different network marketing groups and stuff like that, but a cold call, no way. No, I don't. I'm not sure I shouldn't say I wouldn't do it because my CEO, for example, one time he was telling a story when he got started in the financial industry. Him and another buddy of his, they would actually sit in a room and they had what they called a phone book back then, just so you know.
Yeah, I know what a phone book is with
Okay.
the new kids. The yellow
But
pages.
they would
Yep.
actually open it up and the other guy would put his finger on the page and whatever finger that landed on, the other guy had to call him and try to make the sale, right? And they would just do that for practice. That's what they did for practice. And they would just go back and forth and they'd laugh and have a good time. They didn't, he goes, there maybe people on the line, like you said, some of them, didn't want to hear your voice at all. He goes, but you'd be surprised how many people at least talk to you know. So they
Exactly.
learned, they were young in the system, you know. Um, That still didn't convince me to do it, but so no, I've never done cold calling, but I do a lot of outreaching and networking with other people.
Yeah, it was cool that we met on Alignable, and they do a little thing where they give you the prompt to and the thing to talk about. But it was interesting because I started when we first met, I started the conversation like thinking, okay, let's talk about the prompt. And you were like instantly like, I'm not really trying to talk about that. I'm trying to talk about something else. And I was like, oh, okay, let's talk about whatever, and
Yeah.
now we're here. So it was awesome. I think Alignable was really cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great platform to reach out and network with people. That's, that's of course, like you said, that's where we met. Yeah, the prompting the piece they have, usually by the time they say it and the time the other person, you're meeting the other person, I've already forgot what the prompt was because it is no interest of me at all, right? Zero. I
Yeah.
want to know about you. Don't like the prompt thing. I get it. Some people need it and it works great for those, but
Yeah.
I can go right in. Andrew, tell me about yourself. Let's not waste any more time here than we got. We got 7 minutes. Let's roll.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, somebody told me and as a single man, somebody was like, "Oh, they should make this for dating." And how little light bulb went off, and I was like, "Whoa, that would work really well, instead of us just swiping endlessly like we do all day anyway. Just we get to actually meet people, and I can talk to a girl face to face, kind of." So, a line
You're dating yourself, Andrew. You're dating yourself, just so you know. They did have a thing called speed dating, but you met in the coffee shop and you went from table to table real quick.
Yeah, yeah. I won't say any of those brand name apps, but I had my fair share of experiences with those. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Oh yeah, they're out there. If nothing else, curiosity will get you every time, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm not really doing anything right now. Maybe I'll just scroll for a little bit. Yeah, it's
Uh,
funny.
well, here you go.
Yeah,
There's some marketing right there, right? That's how it works.
I
That's a
know.
piece of the puzzle. So, Andrew, you've been a great guest on here. What kind of information you want to give our listeners? Give them some advice that you got.
So I guess since I have somebody, or I guess offers for businesses at the three different levels, like I spoke of, um, I can kind of provide something for each level. Starting with the new businesses, um, ye- to all the new business owners, you kind of know what you need to do. And yes, it's work, but it's gonna help you a ton, a ton, a ton, a ton. It's 2024. You need to be on Google, you need to have a website, and if I call you, I need your phone to answer, right? It all comes down to you picking up the phone and answering when I call. So make sure you guys, of course, provide a quality service and you do the best for your customers for sure. But get those basics done, even if it's like a one-page website, as long as you're online, perfect. I'm proud of you. Um, for the people running ads, for one, I apologize. If you're running it yourself, I know it's so confusing. I know they're always changing the algorithms. And I've had so many conversations with different marketers about what's working. And then the next week it's not working. And it's just really confusing. So I understand your pain, but if something's not working, don't hold on to it. Switch out, adapt as fast as you can. I think Bruce Lee says, be like water,
Yep.
if the cup changes, change with the cup. If it turns into a bowl, whatever the algorithm is telling you, just adapt to it and do your best if you're using these platforms, definitely. And for the more established business owners, do not be afraid to innovate and try new things out. I know that you guys have probably been doing something that's been working and been doing okay. Um, but that should never be an excuse to not try something new, especially if you guys are trying to grow. And I think most business owners, want to grow and that's everybody's goal, right? Don't be afraid to try something new. I know it's scary. I know it's going to cost you a little bit of money. It's going to cost your budget, but just get the data, make sure you're tracking the most important KPIs, and give it a try because who knows, you can be ahead of the curve before everybody else, and that could just launch your business into an even new realm. You didn't know that was possible.
Great information, Andrew. Now you're telling the clients there that when you call that they need to pick the phone up. Well, you know what they need right now, Andrew? They need to know how to get a hold of you, though, so they can get this whole thing started so you can start their businesses rising to the top. So,
Definitely, definitely.
how should they get a hold of you?
So we can do my website. I'm online at trustwisemarketing.com. You could find me there, leave me an email, Andrew at trustwisemarketing. And then I'm on LinkedIn too. It's just Andrew Vargas. I think I'm on Facebook too. And if you want to meet me on the Lineable, that works awesome as well. Definitely, definitely.
All
Um,
right. Well, perfect, Andrew. We're going to start to bring this to a close. What's give us one little story or something here, something that's on your mind that you want the listeners to know before we sign off here today.
for one, I wanted to kind of give an offer just for everybody that comes in from this podcast, just to make sure we give a little extra love to the people that took their time to really listen to this whole thing. Um, I want you guys to try out AI. So I'm giving away 30-day free trials of one of our AI bots. And I hope it'll be a great experience for you guys. And even if you're brand new to AI, I can teach you a little bit about prompting, and you can see how you can actually see it working in your business. And I think that'll be a really exciting thing for people that know about AI or people that have no idea about it. So, 30-day free trial, and I think I'm giving that until July 5th, right after July 4th. So you can make that cutoff. That would be perfect.
Of
Um,
2024, right,
of
Andrew?
2024.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I know everybody watching this in 2030. Sorry, you just missed it. Just missed it. Um, but let me see. Let me see. I could talk a little bit about automation. It Most of the repetitive tasks that are happening in your business, and other people's businesses could likely be automated. And, we add AI to the conversation now, and it just makes everything so much more hands off. I'll go back to the auto detailer. He's really busy, or he used to be really busy on his phone, and always talking to clients, and not focusing on cars, and cleaning the cars as much as he could be, um, just because he was stuck on his phone trying to bring in those leads, and things like that. Um, we set him up with a little bit of AI and a little bit of automation, and probably saved him like an hour or two a day. And now he can do more cars, and he can get off earlier to spend that time with his new baby again. So if you can, let's automate it. Let's
There you
automate it.
go.
Yeah.
Very nice, Andrew. Very nice. So, to our listeners, if you're looking for some automation, some help with AI, some help with some marketing in your business, Andrew's the guy to call. Give him a call, give him a chance. I mean, you never know what you're going to learn just by talking to somebody. He may just have just the right thing you're looking for. And if not, he's a nice guy to talk to. This was pretty easy, pretty low key. So,
Yeah.
Andrew, we appreciate you being on the show today. And with that, I thank you, and I thank our listeners for listening. And this is the Lost Coast Podcast. And we are signing off, and we will see you next time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Bye.